Hi, Jan.
Hello there. How are you doing?
I'm Natasha Lane. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Cool.
Yes, how are you?
Pretty all right. It's been kind of a hectic couple of the days over here, but it's all right. It's cool to be busy. Let's say.
All right. I will start with a little introduction of you.
Okay.
This is Jan from Finland, and it's from the symphonic metal band Imperia. Their new album called The Last Horizon will be out in March via Massacre Records. Okay, first question.
Yeah. Go. Sure.
When did you started to write the songs and recorded the album?
For this one, I think 2 years ago already. Right after we released the latest album, we usually start right after. And on this album, actually, we even have one song that was recorded back then, but we never finished the vocals and stuff like that. So, yeah, usually it seems to take 2 years to finish the new album. Yeah. I don't know if it's fast or slow, but that's how it goes.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. What's the inspiration behind the new album?
You mean the theme, or what do you mean?
Yeah, everything, the lyrics and
Yeah. Well, basically, we never have like one complete theme for the album. The lyrics are mostly Helena writes about her own life and happenings, what she's been through. But they don't generally. There are not like one main theme for the whole album. So you can have different kind of lyrics as well. And this time we also had a couple of other themes, like a one Viking song and one cinematic song and a couple of folk songs. Uh, but as for the album itself, we tried as musically we tried to kind of make it more compact in a way. Like last album was kind of the Flames of Eternity was kind of perfect in many ways to not to go over the top progressive in a way. The songs are still kind of rock songs, and then they are compact songs, but then you still have a couple of those elements which are more progressive and symphonic there. And this time we try to do that as well, because in the past we had sometimes maybe even too progressive songs to our taste. They're difficult to play, and they're great to listen, but they're really awful to play live. And we noticed that the best songs for us to play are just pretty simple rock songs, but with great orchestrations and vocals. So this time we try to do that as well. And but in the end, we noticed that we have so many songs that it was so hard to choose actually, what to put on the album.
yes. Can you tell us a little bit more about the meaning behind the lyrics? Also, Helena wrote it.
Yeah, she wrote it, and they're all personal, about her life, what happens to her. Except of course songs like the Viking song, the Valhalla song. That's like a Viking theme song. But most of the songs are all about her personal life, and some songs are about her daughter that she's missing a lot. Some songs are more kind of for love songs, and yeah, I think she's always done certain kind of songs. They are all always kind of sad in a way. That's the main. If there's any main theme, that could be a kind of a theme of the album. It's kind of a melancholic and sad album. Actually, it's not really happy album. Let's say now.
Yes. I noticed a lot of ballads. Yeah.
Yeah, true. Yeah, but
Okay.
that comes naturally. When you write music, I don't write happy music actually. I always tend to have this kind of a melancholic undertone to the music, and of course then when she writes the lyrics, I think it comes automatically, for the lyrics as well, because you feel the song, and so it would be
Yeah.
really hard to sing anything really happy about,
Yeah. Exactly. It depends what you're going through at that moment.
Yeah, and unfortunately she's been through quite a lot of sad things. So she writes about those things. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, the next question. The artwork, it's made by yourself again. Very impressive.
Oh, thanks.
What's the meaning behind the artwork? We see a little Helena in the distance, if I'm right.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, well, it wasn't supposed to be Helena per se, but I just had a nice photo of her walking away, so I just used her photo. But it's more like generally a woman or a person walking away towards the horizon, and the horizon is really kind of a metaphorical thing. It can mean kind of a end of everything, or it can mean also the new start of everything. You try to reach the horizon, but of course you never will, because there will be a new horizon. But this is the last horizon, so it would be kind of in a way a final journey, or it's a kind of a sad title as well. But it's not apocalyptic or anything like that, that the world will end or anything. It's supposed to give a little bit hope, like, okay, this is the last burden on our way, and then we are free, or it's hard to explain, but that's basically what we mean about the title.
Yeah, thank you. Talking about artwork, you worked with a lot of bands, Corplicani, Sirenia, Imperia Dawn, Epileptica. You have your own company, Dark Grove Designs. Can you tell me more about that, and how does that process go?
Yeah. Yeah, well, I've been doing artwork for bands for I don't know, 20 years or something like that. And at certain point, it started like I was doing mainly covers for my own bands. But then at a certain point, my friends started to ask for favors as well, and suddenly labels started to ask for favors. So I think 20 years ago or something, I started to do it more professionally and full time. And nowadays I don't do anything else, so that's my occupation. I just make make covers, or other music related artwork for bands. And usually when a band contacts me, they already know what I'm doing, what kind of work they can expect, because a lot of cover artists, they're different. So the bands who come to me, they know already my resume and what kind of artwork I've done. And usually they just send me in some ideas, maybe rough ideas. Okay, they like this kind of style, or there should be this subject on the cover. And after we discussed, like what we are going to do, then I just make the cover, and I don't do any sketches or anything. It's most of the time it's ready-made cover already, and luckily nobody has rejected any covers ever. So they seem to at least be happy. And of course, if there are changes, then we make changes, and just like everybody to be happy. And it's totally fun. I like to do it because you meet so many people all around the world, and the metal bands are all the same, and they come from so different countries and different places you can't really imagine. And that's totally cool nowadays, especially with the internet, everything. The band can be anywhere. So.
Yeah, okay, cool. Well, guys, if you're interested in his awesome artwork, check it out. It's called Dark Grove Designs.
Thanks.
Okay, next question. Back to the new album, The Last Horizon. I already heard it 2 months before the actual
Oh,
release.
okay. Okay.
And I really like it.
Cool.
A lot of folk elements on this one, ballads, and it's very diverse. My favorite song of the new album is Dream Away. And what is yours?
Well, actually, Dream Away is one of my favorites as well, and I was really a really long time thinking about if we should put that as a single, as a first song. But yeah, well, we are a Democratic band, and we voted for Starlight, which is also a very catchy kind of a song. But Dream Away I like a lot. I also like the long ballad, this While I'm Still Here, because it has so many elements in it, and it's one of the most epic songs we've ever made. It's almost 8 minutes long. It's really, really long song. but it happens a lot, and it has such a beautiful parts in that. I really like that one as well, and then there are a couple of not so obvious songs which I like from the second CD actually, which are more poppy songs, which are not necessarily metal songs, but maybe that's why I like them, because they are different, and we kind of tried on purpose to keep them a little bit more poppy, or even though we are not really making pop stuff like with first Angel album we did, but I leave that stuff to Helena's own project actually. So, but we do have a couple of songs on the second CD which could be on an Angel album as well, and I kind of like those. They turned out to be a little bit different than I had on my demos, and maybe that's why I like them. I never know how they turn out. It's mainly, you know, when I make the demos, they are, well, they're basically ready songs, but I don't have any lyrics there, and I don't have any vocals. You know, it's only music. And Helena creates all the vocals herself, and she's kind of amazing with that, because you never know what she comes up with. And you can't tell her how to sing, because I tried. You can tell her, okay, this is the singing vocal melody, but she won't listen to you anyway. So she's doing something else, and every time it's totally brilliant. So it's always kind of Christmas when the demos come back with her voice on it, and I'm always like wondering, oh, what did she do here? And it's cool. So that's why some songs turned out to be much cooler than I actually expected, which is always kind of nice.
Yeah, it's a very diverse album.
Yeah, there's a lot of things happening. It's a long album as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's why it's actually double now.
Yes. Okay, next question. The song to Valhalla I Ride was very surprising to me. A lot of folk elements. Can you tell us more about that particular song?
Yes, that is kind of funny. It wasn't supposed to be any Viking song or anything like that. It was just supposed to be a normal folk song, because I do like to put folk elements in songs, mainly with kind of folkish melodies, with if not with guitar, then with some flutes and stuff like that. I totally love instruments like that. But for some reason, this song started really strong, and it had this metal vibe in it. And I did suggest to Helena maybe do something with Vikings there, but I didn't know that she really wrote real Viking lyrics to it, which is totally cool. I like those themes, and I'm a totally Vikings fan and everything like that. And on a couple of we've had some Viking songs before on previous albums as well, but never such an epic one. And this is really like it could be a kind of a soundtrack to whatever Viking movie or whatever. It's totally cool. I really like this. Yeah, we're gonna make a real Viking video for it, by the way. Really.
Oh, I have a premiere here.
Yeah, it's gonna be full of Vikings. We have Vikings there.
Oh, I'm really curious.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the first single is going to be Starlight, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Yes, that's a nice song. I really like it. It has also this folkish main melody going on, kind of a catchy folkish melody, and it's a really compact rock song in a way. So that's the reason why we decided, okay, let's do that as first single, because that's a nice introduction. And second one, we're gonna do the long ballad, and that's gonna be a really interesting video as well for that one. Yeah.
Nice. When can we expect those videos?
Well, the Starlight is going to come now with the single right away. The second one, I believe it was in halfway February, and the Vikings video will be after the album release, like the next week of that.
Okay, nice. Look forward to it.
Yeah, 3 singles and 3 videos.
Okay, awesome. Okay, now it's time for some other questions.
Okay.
You worked with Delane on the album Lucidity. How was that?
Oh, that was cool. Yeah, really cool. Yeah. What happened was actually when Martin, the main man, Martin Westerholde, started to put up the project. It was supposed to be kind of an all-stars project. You know, he didn't have any band members or anything like that. He only had his songs or demo songs. And I got introduced to him really early stage. There were nothing recorded yet, only his computer demos. And I believe I was actually even the very first one to be contacted back then, and we didn't have any singer or anything like that. We only had his songs, and I did some demo guitars on his songs to make them heavier. And after we had those demos, then we started to record the album. We did in Germany, and only then we chose for the single, the vocalist. You know, we kind of had auditions, or you know, were searching for different vocals until we found Charlotte for that. But it was really nice. It was recorded in many places. We went to we recorded here in Finland as well, and whatever. There's a lot of guests there, and yeah, I'm one of the guests on the album. So that was cool. I even co-wrote one song. I think "In the Shadows," one song together with Martin. So it was cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but it was a project. That was the idea anyway. So everybody knew that. And after that, the album was released. Then he put up a band with fresh guys from Holland, you know, just live band. But those guys don't play actually on the album, but they supported and yeah, the rest is history. Then it started to grow and grow, and
Yeah.
nowadays they are huge, you know. But
Yes, yes,
and
yes.
still a very good friends. I talk to Martin all the time. It's really cool. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, and how is it going with your other bands and the project Angel?
Well, Angel is kind of I let kind of go to Helena, because Helena is now kind of dating with Oliver, our producer and keyboard guy, and together they fit together really perfectly musically. So they kind of make some kind of a magic together, and you know, I don't want to interfere with that musically, but of course I made the album covers and stuff like that because you know she asked me, so I do that. But musically, I haven't done anything with the new Angel stuff. But I think it's a good thing, because now it's more separated, Imperia and Angel. And the first Angel album, it was actually Imperia. You know, we the band played it in the same band, and that was kind of weird in a way, you know, because we are a metal band playing poppy music. So I think it's nice that she does what she wants to do with the Angel, and then with Imperia we concentrate on our own music. And but with my other bands, I also have this other project called Satyrian, and with that I'm writing a new album, because it's been already 10 years before the last album, so it's time for that as well now.
Okay, nice. Okay, next question. I really like the first debut album of Imperia. It's really good.
Mhm.
But where can we find this first album? It's really hard to find and buy, except that you can find it on YouTube. Is it ever going to be on Spotify, for example?
Well, that's a good question. The problem is that, yeah, it was released on a small Dutch label,
Ah, okay.
and they never released it outside of the Benelux. And the thing is that the label doesn't exist anymore. You know, I've asked, or our label Massacre would like to re-release the first album, but it seems to be kind of really hard to get hold of the old label guys. Not Henry, but his partner. So I don't know what happens with that. We would very much like to re-release it. Maybe put some new art there. I don't know, some extras. You know, would be good to have it there. But so far, no. We've tried it like I think 3 times already, and don't know.
Ah,
It's a shame. Yeah. So that's why it's really rare to find it. It's only on you know, on secondhand stores and Discogs and something like that. But you can't really find it anywhere. You know. But
okay.
of course, you can find it on YouTube. Somebody has put it there, of course. You know.
Yes. Yeah, well, hopefully in the future.
Yeah, yeah, I hope so too. Because yeah, if they hear this, please let's do it. You know.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, last question already. What's the first song of Imperia new listeners should listen to?
First of all, they should listen to Starlight, the first single, because it's the first single, and that's kind of a nice introduction for the whole album. But I can't really pick up one song. The reason also why we divided on 2 CDs is that it became so long, but we couldn't really make it shorter because we liked all the songs. So, you know, in some reviews and the previous albums, the reviewers have always kind of a complaint that our albums are pretty long, and they always are. They are close to an hour, you know. But this is close to 80 minutes already, and if it would fit on one CD, by the way. But if we would put it on one CD, then we are afraid that some songs in the middle get less attention, because usually you start with maybe your strongest couple of songs, or at least the up-tempo songs, and people like to listen like first 4 or 5 songs maybe, and then they do something else, and then they listen to the last songs. But if you put it on 2 CDs, then you start all over again. So we hope that on the second CD, you listen the first 4 songs again, you know. So,
smart.
Yeah. So this way, you know, neither of the CDs is too long. They are both like, 35 minutes. So you can listen to them. And I hope they do listen to it on CD and not on Spotify, but just on a real CD. So that's the idea behind that. And that's why you don't have any, I wouldn't call them weak spots, but spots that people don't pay so much attention to, and no songs that get by unnoticed, you know. Because now I hope that, because you physically have to change the CD and you start all over again. You have it's like a you know, theater play, you know, long theater play. You have a kind of a pause in between. You can have a drink, and you know, then you come fresh back there, and you are fresh again, and you watch the show. It's the same thing, you know. Let's hope it works. I don't know, you know.
Yes, we'll see. It's smart.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Jan, for this interview.
Thanks.
Also, a thank you to Marco, Scott, and Theo and Massacre Records for making this interview possible. And I want to wish you good luck with the new album and everything else you do.
Thank you. I appreciate it a lot.
Yes. Thank you very much, Jan.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.